Hello.
Hello and welcome to the 90's Mad Podcast, your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong Newcastle United supported buddies. Myself, D-Man, joined by my co-host Jefferson. How you doing, sir?
What up, what up, what up? Boy,
Good.
bumper one today. Good to be back in the house. And as you can see, I'm seasonal. So Merry Christmas to you, bro.
Merry Christmas
What
to you,
else
sir.
here?
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Looking very festive and that.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Help the channel grow. Leave your comments during the show and after the show. Help the algorithm and all that. But yeah, as you can see, we're joined by a star-studded cast today. So we'll start from the top, making his debut. Big up T in the building. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, man. Can't complain. Welcome to the show, man. Good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries. Obviously, returning, we've got Kante in the building, our resident Fulham supporter. How you doing, sir? Well, I kind of know, but...
Doing absolutely brilliantly, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, bro. I'm sure you are. But good to have you on, man. Making a return like Anthony Robertson and all that, but we'll get to that. Yeah. And another one making his debut on the show. We've got Doc in the building. How you doing, my friend?
Hi guys, how's everybody? Good to be on here.
Yeah, all good. Welcome to the show. And returning, we've got Fordy in the building. How you doing, sir? You're on mute.
Yes. See? Oh, God, losing it. Yeah, I'm all good. How's it going, people?
All good, man. All good.
D-Man.
Yeah.
And you know what else is different about Clinton?
What's that? He's smiling.
He's strong with the dark side of the force right now.
Hey.
Yeah, we're getting our brother back.
Hold on, one thing.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Bloodline.
The bloodline's back.
Come on, Kante. You know the shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I know that.
You lot are jokers, man. But now, big up those in the building. We got Kenny in the building as well. Big up Kenny. Who else we got? We got Alfie as well. Big up Alfie. And we got Stephen in the building as well. If we get Liverpool, I hope we do. The rematch will be filth. We'll have to be moved. What's that one about? We'll see. But yeah, listen, we're here to review the latest instalment, the League Cup's quarter-final against Fulham FC. They finished Newcastle 2, Fulham 1. We're through to the semi-finals. Another late last-minute goal to win the game. But yeah, listen, a win's a win. Jefferson, what are your overall thoughts on the game?
Well, first of all, it's a relief to get through. Always nice to be in another semi-final. I think that's obviously consecutive semi-finals. I mean, it's one of a few positives that we've had this season. Secondly, obviously, we'll get into it, but obviously seeing, Lewis Miley not only get on the score sheet, but get a winner despite him playing right back. Again, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, but I'm happy for the lads, of course. But yeah, it's more relief than anything. I think most people probably admit that we're not happy with the football we're playing. But it is a response somewhat from the derby. Obviously we could have capitulated a little bit further. It's been quite an angsty couple of days. So yeah, more relief to get through it than anything. But I think as many have been saying, it's kind of papering over the cracks a little bit. But yeah, we'll get into it deep.
Okay. T, overall thoughts on the game? Quick summary.
I was happy. I can't lie. It's not where I would want us to be, but it's definitely a step forward from the Spurs match and from the Sunderland match as well, and from the Leverkusen match as well. I think in all those matches, I think we did have a stronghold at some point, apart from the Sunderland match, and then we kind of let it go within the last 30 minutes. But it's good to see that we at least were the ones to take the winner and not be the ones to be scored against in the last few minutes. But yeah, I mean, not happy overall, but yeah, I'm happy with that game. It's a step forward in the right direction.
Can you agree with that, Doc? What's your thoughts on it? Quick summary of the game.
Sorry guys, I had some connection issues. I think the game, to be honest, I've lost interest in the Carling Cup or the Carabao Cup. So for me, the positives were Jacob Ramsey having a run out. I don't know why he's paid so much money for a midfielder, and we were dying out for somebody with ball carrying ability, with some pace, slightly different to our midfield. So I was happy with that. Miley obviously played well, but he's not a right back. So I'm not sure why Eddie has this obsession with shoehorning people in different positions. Maybe we didn't have options because of Tino's injury. Um, Performance was okay. It wasn't like amazing. Two poor teams, to be honest. Um, and Wissa getting some minutes was good. I was disappointed that he didn't play Wissa and Walter together. I think that adds a different dimension to our team. But overall, I mean, it's okay. Let's see what happens. The Premier League is the bread and butter. That's more important to me.
Okay. Fordy, what would you say about this? A win is when a win is not totally convincing, it raises more questions than answers. What's your thoughts in regards to that and the performance itself?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jefferson said it early doors, like that win kind of papers over the cracks. Like the best thing about our season is Lewis Miley coming through. Let's face it, hands down. He has been the only highlight of this season so far. In terms of players emerging, a lot of players have digressed and gone backwards, if I'm being honest. So Miley scoring that winner alongside, the goal that he scored against Leverkusen, that's kind of the highlight so far. But yeah, yes, whilst we're through to the competition that we own so far, it's still like papering over the cats. We still need to sort out our midfield. Bruno is kind of hit and miss this season. Tonali, I think his head might have been slightly turned. Yes, I would like to see Baltimore and Vissa as a different option, especially when we go goals behind. We still haven't seen that yet. Do we know who our first choice goalkeeper is? Because apparently Pope is injured. So again, Ramsdale's there by default. We lost Livramento. So again, now we're gonna have to either bring in Chippy or what's his name, Harrison Ashby or Kraft, whoever. There's thoughts of bringing even Matt Target back because we're that short at left back. So there's so many things. It's covering over so many cracks here. So whilst I'm happy to be through to the next round and bring on Man City, I'm still thinking, boy, this is not really solving the season, and there's still big question marks around Eddie Howe.
Okay. Kante, from a opposition perspective, right? It's another loss at St James's Park, a narrow loss. Arguably your B team, because like Kenny said, missing a lot of your first team players due to AFCON and the rotation. What were your thoughts on your team's overall performance and the game itself?
First of all, about the B team comment, it's not the B team. 3 players are out for AFCON. So that's a full strength team that he could have put out today or yesterday. And it failed. The game yesterday was exactly the same as it was 6 weeks ago when we lost to you lot as well, in the same exact manner as it was last minute at St James's. Again, one style of football. He tries to sit back and defend for the whole game, tries to play for penalties, doesn't work. Then he subs off Jimenez, with 3 minutes left of the game. And we're hoping that we can go grab a goal by kicking it long. By that time, you lot sat back and went, you know what? They're not attacking us. Let's just change how we're playing and just sit back, relax a bit, and you won. So fair play. So in terms of our performance, not happy. It's not our B team. People can say we've got an injured squad. We haven't. We've got 2 injuries, and that's it. And 3 are out for AFCON. That's not that much for me. So we should be putting up in better performance. But fair play. You lot won. So
interesting.
Where's Leno? Is he injured?
No, but Lecomte's our cup goalkeeper. So he deserved the run in today.
Leno is your first team keeper, is he not?
Yeah, doesn't mean it's one player don't mean a B team though, Jeff.
Hold on, Kante,
everyone else there.
Yeah, he's Fulham. Yeah.
What? We let him in there. I thought you was bantering. I thought you lot were joking. So Hold on. Let me ask this question. Any chance we can swap Harry Wilson for Elanga?
Hey!
Hell no, mate. No.
What do you mean?
Nah.
Elanga plus 60 million. Nah, bro. Come on, bro.
40. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather have my grandma on the wings than Elanga. So I'd pass.
Listen, there's gonna be no Elanga slander today because you weren't playing, bro.
What do you mean? No.
Hold on.
No.
We spent all episodes slandering this guy. Listen, hold on. Wait.
Acknowledge me.
Wait. Wait a minute.
Acknowledge.
Wait a minute.
Acknowledge.
Why are we going to slander Elanga
Because
when he
he's
didn't start the game? Yeah, we know this. We know this. We know
shit.
this. We know this.
So
We know
Can
this.
we crop that? Acknowledge me. We have to
acknowledge
crop
me.
that, please.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about the lineup itself, innit? Like,
Ah.
because we rotated, yeah, and we know Vissa got the start, which was the main thing. But I want to talk about the two wingers that he played, right? In Barnes and Murphy, yeah. Now, what's you lot's thoughts on this? I'll start with you two because it's good to see them get the minutes and get the start. But to me, they should have started at the weekend. And to me, they're probably not going to start against Chelsea.
Yeah.
When they should be. Gordon's not performing, Elanga's not performing, but yet they play the bigger games, right? What were your thoughts on the line itself and those two in particular?
I mean, first of all, I don't know with Eddie. You don't know who's going to play really and truly. I feel Murphy. He put in a shift. He was putting some good balls into the box, and I feel what I saw last night in terms of the chemistry between Murphy and Wissa reminded me a little bit of the chemistry between Murphy and Isak. Just the type of movement and the timing of the balls that were going in, and where Wissa was ending up as well. In terms of who's going to start against Chelsea, I actually think he probably will go with Murphy. He probably will go with Gordon, but I do think he'll probably go with Murphy as well. But in terms of the front three, I don't know. I don't know if Barnes worked with Wissa yesterday. I don't know. For me, there wasn't much that I saw from Barnes. I do like him, but in that game, particularly yesterday, I didn't see much that kind of wowed me. But in terms of the chemistry between Wissa and Murphy, I was impressed by that, and how quickly as well they seem to have gelled.
Okay, Doc, what were your thoughts on the midfield? You mentioned Ramsey. Willock got an opportunity as well. Obviously, you had Miley at the right back, which we'll talk about later. But what are your thoughts on that midfield there? Tonali getting a rest and Jolinton on the bench as well.
Yeah, I think it was good to get squad rotation. So I think it's good for Willock. I know Willock's has a lot of weaknesses, but I think it's good for him to get some minutes as well because I think we need to sell him. One of the criticisms of Eddie is like he doesn't sell players at the right time, so that we can generate money for the club. So it was good. My main kind of I was delighted with Jacob Ramsey getting a goal. I think he's actually a quality player. I know people criticize that signing, but he adds another dimension to our midfield. Bruno's a lot older. Tonali's getting older. They're quite slow. So we need a different dimension in midfield. Moving on to the wingers, I don't want to see Anthony Frauden anywhere near the first team. I mean, look at his stats. One goal assist since January and one non-penalty goal since January. It's ridiculous that this guy, the whole team, Jefferson mentioned really good points. The whole team is built around Anthony Gordon. He gets to play. I mean, Barnes has been one of our most consistent players this season. If you look at his goals and even chances created, he's one of the most clinical finishers. So he should be automatically playing every match on the left wing, in my opinion. And Anthony Gordon should be rotated and not be a first team regular. And this is the problem with Eddie, his loyalty to certain players, which harms the team. The connection between Walter Marder and Gordon is not there. He always cuts in Gordon. He doesn't really create anything for Walter Marder or even Wissa, and he wants to be the main man. So that's the issue. And Murphy, I'm happy with Murphy. Again, Elanga needs to be rotated through.
Okay. Let me talk some of these comments before I go on to you for the
I like
Steve.
Doc. I like Doc. I like his way of
Doc
thinking.
don't play.
Hey,
Steve
Anthony
is,
Forden. Anthony Forden. I'm going to use that. Doc, you're part of the bloodline now. So,
Stephen said Elanga is class, remedial that is. Teresa said any chance, what do you say? Any chance Eddie will play Vissa and Baltimore together, which we'll talk about. No, in a word.
hold
No.
on, D-man. I see you just skipped over a comment here. Don't think I didn't notice, bro.
What?
Go to JKO version.
That's Jefferson, bruv. That's
So
Jefferson.
go to it then.
No, bruv. That's Jefferson, bruv. That's Jefferson, bruv.
D-man,
You can scroll through, bruv. Hold it.
you will acknowledge.
Big up MP79.
The tribal chief, yeah?
D-man tried to get around it.
Now?
He tried to get around it.
Julius Tino Snide 8 games in 3 weeks since he returned from injury. 90 minutes every game bar Marseille. Yeah, he has been, and he's injury prone. So Eddie playing him every single game. I think that's criminal, to be honest. But
Bro, we're back to 23-24. Everybody lets him get away with it, and then they blame the medical team. But who's the person that picks the team?
well, this is
He's
it.
the person that picks a team. Now, don't get me wrong. I think actually it was a positive to see Leo Shaha on the bench. We've been screaming out for him to emerge, and Sean Neve. Now, what we've seen with Miley is, I know Miley was sort of forged through fire because of the 23-24 season. He had to basically become a man, do you know what I mean, before he even had facial hair. But what it does show is if you give some of these players a chance, and you give them time, they may not let you down. Obviously, Alex Murphy came on towards the end, but the question is, why wasn't he started?
Well, we'll talk about that towards after we go
You
through
know?
the game itself, because we have got a bag of injuries, so it'll be interesting to see what we do from here. Lomina said, "Give my boy Murphy his respect. 750 was spent by Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's still our best. Up is Eddie Murphy, bro.
He'll probably do a better job than Eddie Howe.
Oh man, Murphy is still our best winger.
We're that much of a joke. We've got Eddie Murphy on the
That's
side.
it, bro. We've got to bring the punctuation in there, bro. Anyway, Murphy's still our best winger. And also, do you all think we didn't strengthen in defence enough this summer? We have no fullbacks fit now. Listen, we've been talking about, in the transfer window, me and Jefferson were talking about we need fullback cover. We need fullback cover before the season starts because it's going to catch up rough. We know how the injuries, who was already injured. Tino's injury prone anyway. We knew Trippier was getting on, and we didn't want to see Dan Burn at left back again. So we knew we had to strengthen, but they tend to ignore it. That's the one position that they failed to address, and now they're paying for it. Kim Cam said, "I'm happy with the win, but analysing the game, I find underperforming players a predictable source of attack and a habit of conceding." Well, let's get into the game itself, Fordy. So obviously the game starts now, right? And obviously the first main talking point was our first goal, innit? Vissa. Yeah, his first start at St James's Park, he gets on the goal sheet, scoring sheet. What were your thoughts on the goal itself?
The goal was fun because I like what Murphy was trying to do. Murphy is our best winger at the club, and bearing in mind we plucked him out of the Championship, that is scary. That is scary. The fact that we spent 50 odd million on Gordon, 55 on Alanga, flipping 40 on Barnes, but Jacob Murphy is still our best winger at the club. That is scary. But anyway, getting back to the game. The cross came in, blocked, kind of ricocheted of Visser in. You know what? The fact that he's in the right areas, that's the main thing for me. Because again, when we had Baltimore up top, he's caught between a crosshair. He doesn't know whether to be the number 10. He doesn't know if he needs to be the focal point. But Visser is heading straight to the box. And then you can see it. Murphy whipping balls into the box, straight hard and low, hard and low, hard and low, every single time. That's what we needed. That's Baltimore. That's what we're thinking. Why have I not been getting that service? You've been playing this Swedish donkey on the other side of me, and you're flipping clear ball and lookalike on the other side, and they've not been getting balls into me. No wonder I'm scoring in the wrong net. And then as soon as he start the ball teaser, he's scoring goals on his first game. So yeah, we scored the first goal. Thank God he's scored because I was starting to worry about him, bro. I was starting to think if he's like Ali Dia, if any of you guys remember him.
Which way is cousin?
Yeah. I was starting to think he's down because he's never going to play for £55 million on him. We've just signed a forward. So, yeah, he needs to start repaying back and he needs to forget about his African heritage, bro. He's never stepping anywhere near no AFCON, bro, especially next year. So, yeah, more goals like that, please. Yeah.
First of all, big up catching the build from the catch up. I don't know if you subscribe to that channel, but you need to subscribe because he did a little commentary today, a little bit of Arsenal beef between Stricto and Northside. Very hilarious. But check that out. But T, in terms of the goal itself, what do you think? Is it more bad goalkeeping? Is it the fact because there's a lot of talk about Wissa's movement as well, the way he's drawn the defender and moved back inside.
I mean, 40 said I honestly don't think it was luck. In terms, I think Wissa's movement and his anticipation was very good in that scenario. I think if you looked on the replay, when the ball came in and you can see it wasn't going straight to him, you could see he was immediately looking, where's it going to land? And he put himself in the position to get the goal. Poor goalkeeping, 100%. Goalkeeper should have dealt with that. But what I liked about the goal mostly is just how it flowed so well and how swift it was. As soon as Shaw picked up the ball, he played the ball diagonally to Murphy. Murphy knew exactly what he needed to do. One touch cross, and then bang. Like Wissa knew exactly. It seemed that reminded me of the Newcastle when we got to the Champions League that first season with Eddie Howe. Everything just seemed to be clinical, on point, and everybody knew what their role was in that moment. I don't think we've seen enough of that in recent weeks. I think it's been a lot of stop-start. I'm hoping that that's like a sign of good things, but I think also as well that goal is only because Wissa played up front. If Walter Marder was playing up front, that goal
He's
wouldn't
not
have
there.
happened.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have happened. So it's now down to Eddie to kind of decide whether Wissa is fit enough to play a full 60, 70 minutes in a Premiership match and start him, because I feel that ideally he is the guy that's going to be the difference in how we set up and play right now. We can talk about January and transfers, which could or could not happen, but with what we have right now, the resources, he's the guy that's going to be getting us goals like from now to the end of the season.
Big up Adnan. He said, Wissa ain't no fraud. The club just wanted compensation. He trained for 7 weeks. Interesting. But yeah, Jefferson, the goal, before we go to Kante about Fulham's goal, our goal itself, because Fordy said it ricocheted off Wissa. I don't think it did. He actually meant that. Like, the way he moved, me personally, the way he drew the defender and cut back aside, and he actually tried to attack the ball. He anticipated the keeper's touch, and he placed it in the net. But what were your thoughts on the goal itself?
Yeah, I agree with T in terms of the movement and anticipation. He adjusts his body for the finish. It's all very swift, very quick, and it reminds me a lot of like Defoe, Suarez, those that are quite like sniffers in the box, and it's a true sort of poacher's finish, something that we've missed. We've had a real lack thereof, and that's not having a go at Voltemada, because I think he's a different player, and I think people need to acknowledge that he's different. So I'm not cussing Voltemada. What I would say from a Fulham perspective is it's a very poor goal to concede, because anybody who's watched us, Cher's legs are gone, but what he has got is a diagonal. That's what he has got. And he drills that in. Now, could Robinson have got tighter to Murphy? Probably. But it's all too easy in terms of Murphy being able to lash that ball across like we know he can do so well. So from a Fulham perspective, maybe Robinson could have got a bit tighter. I think because he's rusty, I could be wrong. Kante will probably put us straight. Maybe it's his first, second or third game back. And then the keeper, shocking. The communication between the keeper and the centre-back, because the centre-back should be saying, leave it. You leave it, it lashes straight across goal and nobody's there. It goes to the other side of the pitch. But that little bit of panic becomes our fortune. So we are fortunate in that, but I do acknowledge the great movement and finish from Wissa, but I'm not going to paper over that one. It was a bit fortunate there.
Okay. Kante, the goal you scored, yeah? Talk me through that one, because I know we probably got Doc and the actually got something to say about how we defended that. But what are your thoughts on the goal you scored?
In terms of our perspective, it's a good cross from Robinson. Again, that's best left back in the league. Even though it's Carabao Cup, it's factual.
Relax, man. Relax.
But
Relax, man.
Okay, chill out, lads. Yeah, chill out.
He's not better than Dan Burn. Dan Burn's the best left back in the world.
Dan Burn came from Fulham, by the way, so you're welcome. Anyway,
You can have him back.
No, it's a good header from Lukic again. He did the same thing in the first game as well. At St James's in the league. But from a Newcastle perspective, defensively, very poor. He ran from outside of the box and got into your box unmarked. He could have walked there and he still would have got the header. And to be fair, it's a good header for him, but he's not used to having headers. So it's a brilliant header for him. But defensively for Newcastle, no one's picking up Robinson when he had the ball. And the run from Lukic, anyone that was watching the game in the stadium on TV could see that Lukic is going to get to that ball. And no one's picked him up. So it's very poor defensively for Newcastle. For us, it's a good goal to score. But yeah, defensively for Newcastle, very poor.
Doc, what are your thoughts on the goal from our perspective?
Not much more to add. What Kante said. I think Miley at right back, he was not in the right position, and also nobody tracked from midfield. I think Bruno could have got there. He was a bit slow. So I think this is one of the issues that we have is that our defense is very easily got at, especially when people are playing out of position. I mean, just to pick up on Miley, like the only reason he's in the team is because of injuries. So this is what happens with Eddie. He doesn't think proactively. Like he's forced into changes which actually turned out to be positive for the team. So I don't want to see Miley at right back, even though he played all right. So yeah, I mean, defensively, I think a lot to be left desired.
Can I add something to that real quick?
Yeah, go
If
on.
you look at the goal, it's a carbon copy of the goal we scored, just the opposite way
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
Anderson has acres of time on the ball and no one closes him down before he drills the ball across to Robinson. And the other thing is, I know Robinson's had time out, but if people remember, last season he got 10 or 11 assists. So,
yeah.
on the same way that Murphy's a danger man for us, Robinson's a danger man. Get tight. Get tight. And we've seen that in games this season. In the wide areas, we give players like Tino their props and all that, but they're not getting tight enough. We're letting crosses come in.
Yeah, yeah. Giniesta said Fulham scored because we dropped into that low block 4-5-1. Lukic and Smith Rowe were free in the pockets, but main culprit was Murphy, who lost track of Robinson. I agree. I agree with that. Fordy, once we conceded, was there any thought, any sense of worry from you, or were you still confident we'd get the job done? Because to me, we weren't creating too much. We know Fulham's game plan; they were sitting back trying to hit us on the break, and but for their final third passes, they could have been through a couple number of times. Shea got that needless booking as well. What were your thoughts after we conceded?
Of course, there's a worry, man. Like we're dead right now. Like we are playing the worst brand of football that I've seen under Eddie Howe. Literally, like we're getting out of jail. This is no like amazing comeback story. Like this is like I said, papering over the cracks. Really and truly, we probably had every desire to. I thought it was going to penalties. If in all honesty, I don't know about you guys. I thought it was going to penalties. We got lucky with that. I don't even think Miley thought that he would scored that goal. I think he hit the back of his head. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know if he meant it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so let's keep it a buck now. We're playing the worst brand of football under Eddie Howe. All this gung ho, heavy pressing, it's tiring. It's tiring for these guys. We can't do it on a flipping Tuesday night or Wednesday night in Champions League and then flipping play on a Saturday. It's tiring and we don't have the legs for it. We don't have the quality for it. So again, we need to find another way of playing. But I don't know if Eddie Howe's got that in his locker. I don't know. In his coaching manual, I don't think he's gone to plan B. He always sticks to plan A. It's press, and chase him down, and yeah, Bruno's beating the badge, and yeah, Gordon's fixing his hairbands, and all the rest of that. We need to find a different way of playing, because otherwise,
Yeah.
because
Can
I know the owners are not happy with just the Carabao Cup and finishing 10th place or however where we finish. You know what I mean?
can I just ask something at 40?
Yeah.
Like in terms of what you said, because I agree with everything that you're saying in terms of like his coaching manual and that the fact that there's no plan B and there should be a plan B. Now the scenario that we've got is that ideally, if we do change the manager, we're not going to do so until the summer. So the best case scenario that we've got is to play that Eddie Howe pressing football. Now,
No. Sorry, let me cut you
go
there.
on.
Right, so that is it. Eddie Howe is paid a pretty penny to figure this out. He's not
9 million. 9 million.
There you go.
I agree with you, but realistically, do you think that's going to happen?
No, it has to happen because they need to walk into his office, or he needs to walk into his office, or whoever has the power in the office, and say, "Look, we need to see a change. Otherwise, you are gone." Give him the warning. I don't think he's had the warning yet. It's the whole.
He feels comfortable.
Yeah, he feels too comfortable. Now look at. I'm gonna go back yesterday. Guys, work with me on this one. Rafa Benitez, he had nothing to work.
No
with,
money.
next to nothing. But he found different ways to compete with the big boys. When we beat Man City that time, I was thinking, how does he manage to do that? Because he found a different way to work with the same group of shit players, excuse my French, that he had. Now,
Yeah.
Now has leveled up.
But 40, question in.
Ways.
Hold on, because there's a comment here that said it's scary to observe how Eddie has continued to regress. But what happened to his mantra, intensity is our identity, right? Now, have we really been pressing all season?
No.
'Cause I don't think we have.
No,
I think
we haven't.
He started off, but again, it's tiring.
No, but when did we start, bro? When did we start? Apart from the Liverpool game,
We haven't.
That's
We
what I'm
haven't.
Inconsistent. Man City, we did. Man
Yeah,
City.
but yeah, the big games at home we have.
When we need to. The Arsenal game we didn't.
We
The
didn't.
Liverpool game we did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
The
what I'm saying is,
The Leeds game we didn't.
the majority of
The
the changes
Brighton game we didn't. Yeah.
Find
haven't.
different ways of playing.
But isn't that? I'm not coming to the defense, but isn't that what he's trying to do? Because at the end of the day, I don't think you have been pressing 100 miles an hour all season.
And that's the point I'm trying to make, because if we haven't been playing this pressing football, which is what gets us wins, gets us points, okay, he's tried something different, it hasn't worked. What do we do now? He tries something new and it still doesn't work. It just means that we're just going to move further and further and further away from the goals that we need to. Personally, I don't think he should be the guy that takes us forward. I think his ceiling, he's reached it. And whatever he can get out this season, I hope he can get the best that he can get out of it. But I don't think the answer is that we now try and find something different to do if what we've doing before wasn't working. Because essentially what we've done, as you said, against Man City last night, in the games at home in the Champions League, we've played that high intensity pressing football and it's got us results. Yes, we can't do it consistently, but I think the only pragmatic plan that we can have going forward for this season is to make him play the pressing football that he knows with the players and the personnel that he's got that can do it, and then we part ways in the summer. But my only thing is that if he does well doing that, he gets an extension, he gets more time. That is the worry, and that's the question I'm asking. Like, what we doing in this scenario?
Yeah, I agree with you to some point. I do not think he's the long-term person to take us to the promised land in terms of Premier League. He's taken us to a Carabao Cup final and won it, and yes, he'll be forever remembered in our history. But in order to salvage this season, to keep, because bear in mind, I think of Newcastle United. I'm not here for Eddie Howe. I'm here for Newcastle United. I've been supporting them before him, and I'll be supporting them after him. Do you know what I mean? So in order to keep the good players that we've got remaining, we need to finish in European space, and we're not going to keep doing that by playing the same way that we were playing for the same 3 or 4 years that Eddie Howe's been here. So a couple of people mentioned it, Baltimore and Vissa. Why have we not seen it yet? Last night was a perfect example, opportunity to play that. Why not play two up top? Like, change things around in that sense. It doesn't have to necessarily be gung-ho.
Yeah, I just don't think you're going to get someone who's cautious as Eddie Howe taking risks like that when we've only got 2 strikers.
He can be uncautious down the job centre then, because he'll be out of work. No, I'm serious.
Hold on. Because we've got a Liverpool fan in there, Brandon. He said Eddie Howe, is it Eddie Howe out? Then he says, I'll take him over the bald egg any day. So is it a case of, because we see from the outside, a lot of outsiders saying any Newcastle fan that wants him out is mad, right? But he's obviously we're in a know, so we all want him out.
They don't watch us over 90 minutes. That's
exactly.
fine.
And
they don't watch us over 90 minutes.
Can I also say this as well? Sorry to cut in, Jefferson, but they can still have the same mentality of like, he's all right for them. Stop looking down at us like that.
Be ambitious.
We are up there with the big boys, and whether you like it or not. Do you know what I mean? We've been competing. We won trophies, unlike some teams last season, some big teams last season. Whether you want to say Carabao Cups, this or that, we want footwear, and we're not coming to play. We haven't spent, even this summer just gone, we spent 250. Like, not many teams have done that, so we're spending money. So again, stop looking down at us like it's Newcastle of yesteryear that finished 10th, 12th, got relegated. No, we're big Newcastle United now.
All right, hold on.
The point that T made, I think, is I'm going back to the original point in terms of, this is why I don't want to hear from the happy clappers and the Colties that Eddie's still learning, blah, blah, blah. I think Ginesta made a comment about basically saying he's a 1 game a week manager. So by virtue of being in additional competitions, he's out of his depth. And there's something in there about, from what T was talking about that element of trust. He doesn't trust the rest of the squad. So you end up rinsing the same players. Now Tino's effing injured because you don't want to play Leo Shaha or you don't want to play Ashby. Let them play. If we lose, we lose. So be it. Just give the first team players a rest.
All right, before we hold on. Let's finish the game first. Let's finish the game first, because
he feels he's losing control of us.
Hold on. At least, I know there wasn't much to go on in the game itself, right? Because I think up to 66th minute or something, I think there was only one. There was no shots up to the 66th minute in the second half or something like that for both teams.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So the game was dry, right? But Eddie Howe made some substitutions. What's his name? Come on. Elanga came on, Gordon came on, Tonali came on, right? And Tonali, for me, he changed the game, innit? Like, we'll talk about that a bit later, but obviously he goes into stoppage time, get the corner, he whips one in, and there's Miley with the winner. Yeah. Now, did he actually mean that, Doc?
No. Simple answer, no.
You even harsh.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think he meant it, but anyway, we got the win out of it, so that's all I can say.
Do you think Tonali was trying to do a Bruno and try to score from the corner? Because Bruno tried it again.
What a delivery that was, though.
It was a great delivery, to be fair. It was a great delivery.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, since we've got the set piece coach, our final balls have got worse, so he needs to be sacked, the set piece coach. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, Tonali's our probably only elite player, and he's being mismanaged by Howe. I think after you put him at right back, he's like, what the hell's going on here? This guy hasn't got a clue what he's doing. After that, he's lost interest.
We all know Tonali's gone end of the season, right? We all know that, right?
Yep.
If Eddie stays, I think.
If Eddie stays, but
True. But then
listen, go on.
I was going to say it has to be an elite coach that comes in to make Tonali stay, because then who we gonna attract that's going to make him stay? So he's gone.
Yeah. But listen, Kante, let me ask you, Kante.
We're cooked.
What are your thoughts on the goal they conceded? Yeah, let's talk to Kante, bruv. Yeah, what are your thoughts
Roasted
on the goal you conceded?
I mean, it's another set piece from us. I think the Palace game we just played, I think before you lot, Gahey scored from a corner last minute. I think from the start of last season, I think I saw a stat somewhere, we've conceded 11 goals from corners. And Marco keeps doing this thing about we don't need a set piece coach. We don't need one. We clearly do, because every single set piece yesterday, or every single game, if you watch Fulham for 90 minutes, the one thing Fulham fans hate the most is set pieces. I don't watch them. If we have a penalty, I turn around. If there's a corner against us, I know it's a goal. The keeper, me and Jeff were talking last night. The keeper comes off his line. Yeah. Now, if he's going to come off his line, you have to say something to the two defenders in front of you. He doesn't. What makes it even worse is that there's two defenders in front of him, aren't marking anyone. They're standing there, ball watching. Now, what Miley does very well, he reads the trajectory of the ball from Bruno very well. He then runs, I think he ran in front of Cuenca or Anderson and gets a head on it, right? Again, with Jimenez, he was on the back post and came off the back post. If he stayed there, could have got the block on it. If Lecomte stayed in this goal line, probably could have saved it. But once again, it's a case of we can't defend the set piece. And I don't think Fulham fans can give this manager any more time. And he can't just keep using the same excuses. I'll play, if we had Bassi there, it would have been better. Bassi's not there. So, if you can't defend set pieces and you're 4 years into your job, I'm sorry you're not good enough. You've got to go.
Okay. Well, listen, we're through to the semi-finals. Jefferson, what's your thoughts? We've got Man City next. What's your thoughts? Can we do it? Will we do it? Or are you not bothered?
Well, it's been nice. I think if we're lucky, we might win maybe the home game and win it marginally, like 1-0, 2-1. But we have seen ourselves literally surrender against Man City away at the Etihad. Eddie literally lies down for them. Whereas against Liverpool's and your Arsenal's, and to an extent Chelsea, he wants to take them on. But for some reason, there's some kind of superiority complex between him and Pep, particularly away from home. So I don't know if it's like lasting memories of his time as Bournemouth manager or something like that. But I don't see it as being favourable. Their squad is too deep. They've got players that, I don't know if you saw like Churchy's goal yesterday. They've got players like him. Even if we're ahead, I think they can really change the game. And I have no doubt Pep, the student of the game he is, he would have taken notes from that defeat that we gave them, and he'll make the right adaptations. And we've talked about, unless Eddie has a game plan like he did with Arsenal, was it last season? I can't remember. Didn't he do I can't remember now. Was it a 5-4-0? 5-5-0.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit Brucey, and I'm not sure we could play that way at the Etihad. But I think it'll be all she wrote, unfortunately. But it's been a good run trying to defend this trophy.
Okay. Does anybody on the panel think that we will go through against Man City?
No.
Yes.
I don't think we will, but I do feel that the time between now, when is it, February, that the semi final will be? Around January, yeah, end of January.
Yeah.
Like, I think between now and then, whatever happens in this 5 game run that we've got, which is everyone seems to believe we'll pick up loads of points, but whatever happens in this little run that we have will determine that. Like if players can start clicking over these games, like if players like Ramsey get more runouts, do we start utilizing, as Jefferson's saying, our youth players and stuff like that, and getting the whole squad involved and seeing who is our actual best 11? Then, but as of now, I couldn't even tell you. We could get turned over, or we could do exactly what we done last season to Arsenal at this point, in my opinion.
Okay. Big up KJ in the building. Another Liverpool fan said big up the man's them.
Big up, big up.
Don't forget, smash the likes, people. Smash the likes on your way in during the show. Help the algorithm and all that. Be much appreciated. Before we talk about what's to come, in terms of this game itself, we'll talk about some of the performances, right? What were your thoughts, Jefferson? Well, I'll start with you, Doc. What were your thoughts on Joe Willock? Because there's been a lot of talk about his performances of late and in this game. What were your thoughts on Willock?
I think I'll probably give him like a 6 out of 10. He was okay, nothing spectacular, but at least he got minutes. He provided a bit of dynamism in midfield, and created some spaces. I think one of my criticisms about our system, just picking up on previous points, is that we're very rigid. We're not kind of dynamic, and I call it ADHD football. We play on emotion. Even against Liverpool, for example, it's all emotional football, where the crowd gets involved, especially when we're at home. And I think this kind of pressing intensity is our identity. This is like prehistoric kind of type of play. To be honest, like if you look at all the elite teams, it's very much possession based. The teams that are not that competent, they try and run as fast as they can, put pressure, and create mistakes in the opposition. So I think, sorry, going back to your point about Willock, yeah. So he's kind of typical Eddie kind of player, like likes to run fast, does a bit of skills here and there, but he's not consistent. In this game, he was okay. Nothing spectacular, but yeah, he was okay.
Ford, what were your thoughts on Willock?
Joe Pillock. Can we just already, man?
Come on, man.
This guy, nah, bro, I've had enough, man. We are Athlete FC, man. We just signed a bunch of runners, man. We might as well just sign Usain Bolt at this rate, bruv. Come on.
A flex team.
We just signed a team. Kick and run football. Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Don't hurt D-man's feelings, bro. That's his second favourite.
Nah,
Anthony Frauden, bro. Not
His favourite player is John Ruddy, followed by Joe Willock.
Bro, don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that.
cousins, man. Flipping Big Dan Burn is his cousin.
Has anyone seen John Ruddy play before, by the way?
I have championship. Good keeper.
Jefferson, how many of the players are Bruce players? How many of the players are from the Bruce era? In that who played yesterday?
Even the Rafa eras are flipping.
You in there?
The Rafa players, Cher still holding it down to this day.
All right, 40. All right. Let me ask you a question then. Let me get a little bit of positivity. Wait, hold on. Talk to me about Johan Visser, innit? You're coming with this negativity. Please. Just some positivity, please.
I'm just here for the banter, bro. I'm just here to give Jefferson some love. Hey, acknowledge me. Hey, acknowledge me.
Now, what's your thoughts on Visser?
Hey, D-man, you need to acknowledge first. Come on.
No, brother, listen.
One's up, D-man. One's up, man.
One's up.
Yeah. That's the tribal chief right there.
Hey, what I'm saying? Grown man don't watch wrestling, innit? Next. Anyway, 40. What's your thoughts on Visser?
You know my thoughts on Visser, man. The little ball teaser, man. He's a little fake Ali Dia, bro. I'm like, come on, man. He needs to start paying us back, bro. Like I said, he needs to burn his African passport. He's not allowed in Africa again, bro. Money, bro.
Given that,
it's reverse racism, bro.
What were your thoughts on his performance yesterday?
His performance?
Yes, please.
Man. Nah, in all seriousness, he's cool. He's getting in the right areas. He's a centre forward. He's doing what centre forwards really should be doing. Not flipping Voltamada, man, just hanging out and scoring own goals and stuff. You know what I mean? So, needs to keep himself fit and needs to pay back some of that money, bro. Otherwise, man, I'm going to turn him into a Nigerian fraudster, bro, because, again, he can't be a centre forward for us no more.
All right, let me ask you.
Number 9 for us means something. So, again, score bags of goals, and then I'll take away the ball team.
You talk about bags of goals, right? T.
Yo,
How many league goals does Visser get, and does he outscore our previous striker
Go-
this
yeah.
season?
oh,
Guy,
this
many
season.
can I just jump in 1 second?
Go.
Sorry guys, I just want to. I'm a strong supporter of Nick Waltemada. I think he's not been. We're not playing to his strengths, and if you look at the league, he scored 5 goals, right? You know how? Do you know how many goals Sesko scored?
Two.
2.
Two.
Do you know how many goals Pedro scored?
5, 4.
5.
Oh, wow.
5. And how many goals has Ekitike scored? 7. So out of all our first line strikers, he's number 2 in terms of the goal scoring charts. And then Anthony Forden takes the penalties. If he had been taking penalties, he'd be on 10 league goals right now. So I think it's not. A lot of fans are scapegoating Nick Waltemada, and I don't think that's
Yeah,
right.
I think that's
You know?
not the people.
I'm only getting onto him from that previous game, bro.
No, I'm not saying you for it. I'm just saying generally a lot of the fans, the house sexuals are attacking Nick Waltemada.
You know what Gordon was trying to do, and that's stat pad, bro. He's trying to stat pad his way.
Yeah. So
Hey, Yinks!
Oh, you see these Liverpool fans? You see KJ got Baltimore 2027, bro. Relax.
And if you watch Waltemada play for Germany, he's lethal. And Bayern Munich don't sign duds. They don't, you know, so he's a top player, but unfortunately we've got a coach who can't get the best out of him. He's just you know. That's why I think Eddie needs to be gone before January.
They signed Jackson. He hold the T. The Isak thing.
Yes.
Yeah? How many goals does he get, and does he outscore Isak?
If he stays fit for the rest of the season,
Yeah.
he doesn't outscore Isak because are we talking about Isak's first season? Or are we talking about his last season?
No, this season. Pound for pound this season. Who scored?
So it's Isak's first season and Wissa's first season with us.
No, I'm talking Isak now. This season, who scored?
And Isak at Liverpool. Wissa's definitely scoring more goals than him. Yeah. I don't think that guy's getting much more this season, to be honest. I don't think Isak is going to be the main striker going forward now. Anyway, Ekitike is probably taking that spot right now because I think they've tried with him and he's had his chances, he's fluffed it. So now it's Ekitike's show. It's for him to fluff it up. Wissa now, I think it's a case of whether Eddie Howe can either find a way to do what these guys are saying and link both our strikers together. But I don't see that happening until Asula's back fit as a backup for either one of them. Or we get somebody in a January transfer window. So I don't know. I think he could probably end up with around 12 goals come the end of the season. 12 to 15, I'll be happy with.
Okay. I'm going to say, Jefferson, how many goals does he get? League goals.
If he's not taking pens, I think 12.
Do you think he goes on pens? Do you think he starts to take the pens? If he's a number 9, bruv?
It depends on that dressing room, man. I don't know what's going on in that dressing room. I think like Gordon for some reason has some sort of flex because I know that Waltemada wants to take certain penalties and you know, you look at body language around where the penalties are being taken and stuff like that. I can sense that Gordon's got that energy where like he's kind of like a brat, a bit like a brat. Like this is mine. I'm Eddie Howe's favorite. Whatever, I can do kind of what I want. I don't know. That's just me giving a hunch and a theory of what's going on. But
bonus. That's why he's stat padding.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's shocking.
I don't know why your winger would be taking your pens. Yeah.
It's criminal. It's criminal.
You know what I mean? 2 centre forwards at the time because again, Waltemada, when he was looking at him like, why is he taking it over me?
Yeah.
He's not on hot form right now, and then this
You don't.
still going to be taking
In one of the Champions League, he could have had a hat trick if he took the 2 penalties. Waltemada.
Crazy.
And can you guys tell me any other team that allows their winger to take the penalties?
No,
Fulham.
Liverpool.
Salah's not a winger.
Come on, Salah and Froden. There's no, no comparison.
But let's go to neutral. Kante. What's your thoughts on Vissa and what do you think he can do for us moving forward?
I mean, as a Fulham fan, I don't really like him because he used to play for Bees. And he used to cause us a lot of trouble when we played them. So, again, scored. So that's lovely. But no, he's a good player, to be fair. I've always rated him. He's quick. He's dynamic as well. As Jeff said, he's like a fox in the box, that striker. Like, he anticipates where the ball's going to go. And when a team has a player like that in their ranks, it's very good to have. That's something that I wish Fulham had, which we don't. But, overall, I think he's a good player. In terms of the amount of goals he might score in the league, I think he'll score 0. I think he's again.
I hate it.
Yeah, he'll score no goals in the league. He'll turn out to be a bold fraud come the end of the season. But for now, he's a decent player. So yeah.
Anthony, I'm starting to like you, man. You're starting to acknowledge me, but now we might have to kick you out, my son. Take Anthony Robertson with us, bro. We need a left back, bro.
That's fine. That's fine, mate. That's fine.
He's an Eddie player, Robinson.
Yeah,
because he runs. Yeah,
he runs.
No, forget that. We don't want that, bro. We don't. He's past it.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't get you, man. You man don't want the running thing, but now you want runners.
No,
I don't want that. I love Lewis Hall.
I'm just doing it for pettiness, bro. I don't want him really, but I'm doing it for pettiness, bro.
Right. There's no way I'm taking him over at Lewis Hall, bro. None of
At all. There's not many that I'll take over Lewis.
D-man, bro. D-man. It's not even close. Robinson clears every left back in the league, bro.
Yeah, of course he does.
It's not close. It's not.
Are we talking about hurdles? We're doing hurdles.
It's not close.
It can't be football. It can't be football.
He's just cut. D-man. He's just come back from injury. Yeah, he's not 100% fit. He's played. No, hold on. He's not 100% fit. He ain't 100% fit. He's played 2 90-minute matches. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets injured again because we're not slowly bringing him back into the team.
Well done.
Yeah, it's all right. Listen, I've done my Traore. It's all right, mate. Don't worry.
Let him stay there. But Jefferson, just quickly before we move on, Lewis Miley, right? Man of the match performance. Yeah, we know that what he brings to midfield. Are you concerned that he's going to be shoehorned into right back for the next 3 or 4 games?
I'm worried that Eddie is preparing us for James Garner. That's what I'm worried about because that's what James Garner has done for Forest and Everton, where he can't squeeze him into midfield. He's played right back, and we've been linked to him for 40 million. So he's getting the team used to it. I'm not joking. I'm a bit worried.
40 million?
Yeah. This is an Eddie's type player, bro. It's the bullshit.
Do you know what's more worrying? Brennan Johnson's up for sale in January, bro. Yeah? Watch Eddie go for Brennan Johnson from Tottenham, bro.
Be 80, 90
No way.
Watch.
Like that.
Watch.
No way.
Personally, I don't want to see Miley there because the difference is he's not like because you see it with Chelsea. Reece James comes into the midfield and stuff like that. We've seen it historically with Walker in a Pep team. It can work for certain players, but when he is naturally a midfielder, so he's not going to do overlaps, although we did see him get in a couple of times ahead because he's a streaky runner because he's lanky, but he's not got pace. So, if we get caught in transition, that's a problem, tactically. But because he's so good on the ball in possession, if he steps into midfield, yes, it is like having 4 in midfield. That's probably the kind of accidental genius of it. But it's not something I want to see permanently.
No, not at all.
He has to be ballsy and play him in midfield. But like I said, trust the likes of your Ashbys, your Leo Shahars. I don't know where Kraft is. He's gone missing.
Injured.
Okay, he's
injured.
Can
I jump in quickly?
Or he could be Eddie Howe injured, as in we're keeping you fresh so we can sell you to Copenhagen in the January. I don't trust this brother. I don't trust him because he's lied to us. So.
Jeff, obviously you're talking about right backs, yeah? You've been linked today with Sasha Bowie from Bayern. Would you take him?
I don't remember him, bruv.
I don't even know who this guy is, man.
How old is he?
Is he French?
I think Bowie's 24, 25. I don't know, you need to check, but he's young. He's not that old.
Well, we need fullback cover, because that's for sure. Yeah.
Does anyone know him? Does anyone know him?
Never heard of him.
He looks like Mbabu.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah. Remember he played for us first, under Rafa.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and he was shipped for us.
Was it under?
Big up Scott in the field. He said, "How isn't going to attract proper decent players because he's Mr. Nice Guy." Yeah. Now listen, we've got Chelsea coming up, right? We've got Chelsea and Man United.
Man United.
For me personally, I won't see this Chelsea game. I won't say I expect to win, but it won't tell me anything if we do win. Yeah. What will tell me is if we beat Manchester United away from home. Yeah, because our away from home is horrible. But let's talk about Chelsea first, right? We've got a bag of injuries. Yeah, Dan Burns out. We've only got 2 fit centre-backs. Yeah, our fullback, we got no fullbacks. Tino's injured, Hall's injured, Tripp's injured, Kraft's injured, right? Joe Linton's coming back from injury. Yeah. What are we going to do in defence, people? And also, Pope's back, apparently. Pope's going to be back at the weekend, right?
Back where? Back
Mate,
where?
Your Lord and Saviour.
Can't be bothered anymore. I'm
Don't
done.
shoot the
Where?
messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
Big up Nick Pope.
That's the only place where he should be. Back in church,
Right.
and allow him.
All right. So I think we all agree that Ramsdale should continue
Right.
in goal, right?
Yeah.
What? I'll start with you, T. What should we do with this back line?
I don't even know, you know. It's a bit of a mad one. Like how the Hall injury, how bad is the Hall injury? I heard hamstring, but like, are we talking about he's just out for a match? Are we talking he's out for 4 weeks?
There's rumors that he could be back at the weekend. There's rumors, but you know when there's a slight injury, that means 4 or 5 weeks out in it. So I'm not going to hang my hat on him being back at the weekend. So let's assume that he's back there, right?
Assume he's not. Okay, assume he's not, then I'll definitely, you're gonna have to start with Alex Murphy as our only plausible left back that we've got. I would keep Shaw and Shaw in. Right back, I don't know. Is Tripp still injured as well?
Yeah, he's still injured. Yeah.
Fucking hell. You know what? He's gonna have to go with that back line that he kind of went with against Fulham. To be honest,
So
with Alex Murphy in, like it's nothing that I want to see. But who else do we have? Really and truly that we can play. I mean, you talked about Leo Shaha. No, I don't want to see Murphy at fullback, wing back, or anything at all, man. He's horrible in that position. But yeah, the only other option is we go with an inexperienced right back from the academy, or start Lewis Miley, and I would feel more comfortable starting Lewis Miley in that game. It's not like you're playing Burnley, or no disrespect, but it's not like you're playing a team that's in the bottom three, or a team that's fighting relegation at home. You're playing Chelsea, and it's a game that we need to win. It's a game that we need to get 3 points from. Yeah, and Ramsdale definitely to start. Ramsdale, like, although he has made mistakes, I don't think his mistakes have been 100% his fault. Whereas with Pope, his mistakes is 100% him. Like, it's all his food. Like them mistakes. Like, so
just to address this point, KJ saying excuses for Monday already. No, it's not excuses. He's talking about the catch up. I'll be on the catch up on Monday. It should be on Monday when they do a review of the games. But I don't expect to lose, KJ. I don't expect to lose. We'll get to predictions later, but I'm not expecting to lose, and I'm not using excuse injuries as an excuse. So we'll see in it. We'll see. Doc, what's your thoughts on the back line? Who would you agree with that? Is that who we'd go with our back line?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we don't have options, right? So I think and also if you look at Eddie's press conference, he was like waxing lyrical about Miley at right back. So I think he's preparing the fan base to keep Miley at right back moving forward. Even if Tino's fit, I think he's gonna probably put Miley at right back and sell Tino in January. Unfortunately, so I don't think we've got, in terms of this match against Chelsea, I think it's going to be the same back four.
Okay.
By the way, where's Botman? Botman's got a back injury.
Bro, Botman's being punished for these contract talks.
Bullshit, bro.
Yeah, he ain't injured. Botman is not injured. Yeah, how's your
That's my concern. He's going to sell Botman. Botman's one of our elite defenders.
Botman's gone. His head's been turned, bro. He's gone. Botman's gone.
Because of how?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, I say because of Isak. He's seen Isak leave. Isak was his closest friend at the club. He wants more of that, bro. He's gone. He wants more money. He wants a better chance of success. He's off, bro.
No, but he's seeing Eddie Howe pick Dan Burn in front of him. Can you imagine that? If you're Botman, it's embarrassing.
The other thing is what I don't understand is, you know, the preseason, as bad as the preseason was, by the way, probably the worst in our history. I remember watching Ashby. He was fine.
He looked all right.
He's 24 now. He's not a little kid. You got to trust him as a professional.
They're talking about selling him.
Give him a chance.
I think they're going to sell him in January, apparently.
That's what I read that today as well.
Yeah.
Bringing back Target is not the answer. What message does that send? I feel sorry for Target, because what you
Jeff,
6, 7
Matt Target's great. Relax on him, man.
Yeah, I remember he played for you lot as well, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Let me ask you a question.
Only trust certain players, because I think this window is going to be so interesting, because obviously there's all these rumours about Asula going to Frankfurt, Kraft going to Copenhagen, all that, and that we might be in for this Brazilian striker with his release clause and stuff like that. Will it be Warson bringing in these players? I think there's like a French player that can play both left back and right back, apparently, that we want to sign as well.
We'll see.
21-year-old.
40. What's your thoughts on who would you play in midfield? Who would your midfield three be?
Depends who we got left, man. It's not even down to form anymore. It's just down to like who we've got left, really.
Well, we've got pretty much a full strength midfield, no?
Have we? I don't know. Because
Yeah.
Jorgensen's on the bench.
Would you play him?
No, I wouldn't play him, but I'm just thinking, are we gonna start overplaying Lewis Miley too much? Are we gonna end up breaking his body down? Like he's the man of the moment. So again, he's almost like an automatic starter over Bruno, if I'm being honest, right? The way he's playing in form. So he has to play Bruno without a shadow of a doubt, and then obviously Tonali. But really and truly, like I said, we've got so many games and we haven't got the manpower and the quality to flipping make it happen. And you know what, Eddie Howe's gung-ho football, let's go. We haven't got anything else better than just to play those three and just kill them off until they're pretty much dead, bro. I don't know. I would like to see something different, like I said, but you know, this is Eddie Howe. It's so predictable, bro. Like,
do you think anyone performed well enough to get a starting place in the midfield? Obviously, we've talked about
Jacob Ramsey. Jacob
Yeah,
Ramsey.
you think Ramsey done enough to stake a claim?
Yeah. For me, he was the man of the match from our side. Yeah.
not enough.
Over Miley? You thought he was over?
Yes.
Yeah?
I thought he was better than Miley, yeah.
He was okay, but again, I think the bar's so low for him. So anything over like a 6 out of 10 is good, bro. Like I think.
No, but I mean, if you think about it, he's not had any minutes, and this is like, you know, it's now in December. So given that, he did well.
Okay. Smash the likes, people. Keep the likes coming in. We've got a bag of comments. Thank you for all the comments that's coming in. Kim Campson.
Guys, why don't we play 4-2-3-1?
One sec. Do you think we can progress with nepotism, injuries, average Premier League proven players, no clear identity, and constant hide and seek performances? Interesting.
It's a rhetorical question.
Stephen said, Hall was rested, I hope, but running players into the red zone, what do we expect? Well, wasn't this what Bunce was meant to be doing to come in and kind of curtail that? Or do you think Eddie Howe's like...
Well, we know Eddie's form. He don't listen to people.
True.
You know?
Ginny Esther said, Lascelles is back from injury. He might be on the bench for Chelsea. Well, listen, if you've got no fit centre-back, he's an option. He's an option.
Not at all.
No?
Not for me.
No, thank you.
You lot are dreads.
That's mad.
Let's play one at the back.
You want to see Lascelles in 2025 going into 20...
Crazy, bruv. It's crazy. You know what? I don't know who's slower turning around, him or Dan Burn. I don't know.
Or Bruno.
Right.
I remember Besiktas offered us 15 million for him. Do you remember?
Knock their hands off, bruv.
Can't believe it.
Imagine a backline of Trippier, Lascelles, Dan Burn, and Matt Target at the back.
Oh,
crazy. Crazy.
What is this manager doing, man?
Coming like the sloth in Zootopia.
Oh my God, you know, harsh, man. Right.
Hey, that's walking football right there.
No, Adnan said Ramsey. I would put in. I put in there and maybe rotate Bruno G for the second half.
Fair play.
Interesting. All right, well, let's talk about what we think is going to happen in this Chelsea game. Give me your prediction, Jefferson.
Weirdly enough, in the prediction league, which I am still second, got maximum points in the last game, just to add. I actually went for a 2-1 loss to Chelsea, even though we've got a great record against them in recent games at home. I think Cole Palmer coming back is going to give them a huge lift because he's class, that boy. And then Willian Esteval is just on another level. Like, we're not going to be able to cope with him, in my opinion. I see us struggle, and no disrespect, Kante, because I think he's a good player, but I've seen us struggle with Kevin. So Esteval's at another 2-3 levels up. I know there's issues with the manager at the moment and the ownership, but I think Chelsea are building. And also, Maresca tactically is better than Eddie. So I think it'll be narrow. I think we'll do okay. It's not like we're going to get blasted away. It'll be tight, but I think it'll be a 2-1 defeat, ultimately.
Okay. Just quickly on this comment about Botman. Carnell said, Botman is finished since the injuries. How ruined him. He's never going to be the player we first signed. He's going to do the same to Chow. Imagine if he gets injured next. We will be done. That's my thing. Chow's been playing every game since he comes into the team. I know he's young, whatever, but listen, 2 games every week, boy, that could take its toll. But what can we do? Ginny said Esteval's injured. Got an actual.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Thank God for that.
Alternatively, Neto on the left.
He's a problem.
Okay, so T, what's the score going to be?
I'd like to think we'd win. I think if we see the same Newcastle that we saw against Fulham in terms of the intensity and in terms of like the desire to want to win the ball back and get on second balls and things like that, if we see that, Newcastle will win. Whether it'll be 2-1, 1-0, 2-0, it'll be not a really high scoring game. However, if we don't see that Newcastle, Chelsea's going to walk all over us. It'll be an easy victory for them. I'm particularly is because can I say this? Can I say they're out for this game?
Now he's back.
He's back, right? Yeah. So yeah, I feel the midfield will be the main battle of that game. Whoever wins that battle kind of wins that game. But yeah, I'm fairly confident that we can win.
Okay, Doc, what about you?
I think Chelsea's been quite inconsistent, like most seasons, most teams this season. But I think if you look at the strength of their first team and squad, so it's far superior to ours, and the manager, in my opinion, is far superior to Eddie. I think it's going to be a 3-1 loss.
Okay, it's funny because my in-laws are Chelsea fans, and my father-in-law, he said he'd swap Eddie Howe for Maresca any day.
Please swap him.
Yeah, I'll take.
He don't rate Maresca, but listen, there's rumours that Maresca could be next in line for City.
trophies.
He could be next in line for City, so you never know. Fordy, what's the score going to be?
I think Doc's right. I think we're gonna suffer a loss. I think they've just got too much for us, and like I said, to be playing 2 games in a week, we can't handle it right now. It's just mad. Eddie again, it's just so predictable, man. It's just like, when will he learn? I think it's gonna be a tough winter break. Even the window. I don't know if we're going to speak about the window and what we're going to do there, because I'm hearing that we've got money to spend, but will he spend it? Will he spend it correctly? Because
can he be trusted?
As I'm saying, my trust for him is gone right now. The amount of money that we spent and wasted in the summer, I don't know if he can be trusted. Like, his knowledge is very limited. He only sees is he must watch Match of the Day to do scouting. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. So I don't know.
Okay, like Janice said, Chelsea rested pretty much their entire starting 11 versus Cardiff a few days ago, so they'll be refreshed. Kim Cam said we can beat Chelsea, but not City or Arsenal. Fair enough. Adnan said Ramsey, Tonali, and Miley would be a great midfield for the Chelsea game. Interesting. Kante, what do you reckon the score's going to be?
I think it depends what Chelsea turns up, to be honest. A bit more like Doc said, like Chelsea are.
Yeah.
So someone said it the other day to me. I think my mate said it. He was like, Chelsea are the most inconsistent team. Like, when they're inconsistent, they always find a way to pick up results, and then when they start picking up results, they become inconsistent again. So again, I think it depends what Chelsea turns up. If Chelsea turn up and Newcastle play like how you lot did against us, then I think Chelsea run all over you. But I think the fact that are you playing at home, right?
Yeah.
I think the fact that it's at home and the fact that you don't really know what Chelsea are going to turn up, I'll go with a draw. I'd say 2-2.
Okay. I think we'll win 2-1. I think it'll be a tough game. I don't think we will steamroll them, but I think the fact that we're at home, the only thing is the 12:30 kickoff, and they're always quite dodgy. The crowd's never really up for it and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I think we could get the job done. I'd like to see Vissa get some good amount of minutes, but he's not going to start. We know that. But I'd like to see him getting a considerable amount of minutes and maybe get the winner. You never know.
Think they'll give him a free drink, D-man? You know,
like yeah. They have to. They have to, man. They have to do something.
It is Christmas after all, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Just quickly though, any of you lot infused by tonight's performance to think that they could be him coming back to form, back to fitness and stuff? Because he's been ill, he had the injuries, but he came on for what half an hour it was yesterday, and he changed the game. Yeah, got the assist, but his energy, the energy it brought, winning the balls, driving forward. Anybody infused by that, or is it too early to see? You don't think
too early and too short a time? I think we need to see him start in, see a full half of that for me to make an assumption based on. But what I've seen is basically like his agent has lined him up nicely, and his days are numbered at Newcastle. He's already sorted his move. That's what it feels like to me. What I did like about yesterday when he came on, though, is the interchange between Miley and Tonali. I was noticing that they were swapping positions between midfield and right back, and they were swapping who's taking the corners as well. So it's quite good to see a nice chemistry there. But like Doc said, I don't want to see that to be like a permanent mainstay in this team. Neither of them are right backs. Let's go and buy a right back. Let's go and get
Yeah.
somebody who's made for that position. Let's let them flourish in the positions that they're made for. But if we are in a situation where we need to use them as, then yes, when our backs are against the wall, but not being like a first thing on a team sheet, Miley's name, first name at right back. No, not at all.
Okay.
Just to
Question.
say as well, we got to keep the in swinger. The in swinger corners have been very threatening for us.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that they're starting up with Tonali. Kind of said something's not right with him. Ginesta said Tonali's recovery runs is invaluable for us. Kim Cam said he's still not himself. And Adnan said Tonali was
Yeah.
shouting at the fans because they were quiet. Interesting.
D-Man, I think if you look at the body language of the players, this is something I've said before. They already know Eddie Howe's favorites are going to play, right? So that demoralizes the squad because no matter how well you train, you know you're not going to get picked. Anthony Frauden's going to get picked. Pope is going to get picked. Dan Burn's going to get picked. So I think elite players like Tonali, they know that this is not how we're going to progress. So I think he's got demotivated. And then when you put him at right back, he's like, what the hell is he doing? Like, I should be pushing forward and creating chances. So I think, like, if you look at the psychological mental state of these players, to me, the body language is very negative. And you know, when Bruno came out and made those statements after the derby, and I
Yeah,
personally think that Eddie threw him out, threw him under the bus. I was actually quite shocked that Eddie came out and said what he said about Bruno. And
yeah.
apparently, he asked Bruno to retract some of his comments.
Oh, was it?
Wow.
Okay.
Yes,
So
he
all is
said
not
that
well.
like he shouldn't be, the captain shouldn't be speaking like this in public. Apparently, this is what I read.
Okay. Okay.
Bruno,
So I think there's the lack of cohesion, and people like Tonali and Botman are definitely like fed up.
Bruno went
hey,
rogue.
hey,
Bruno went
Bruno's
rogue.
doing in the bloodline, you know. Bruno, acknowledge us, man.
Acknowledge him.
Brother, I'm gonna chop off
Hey.
your arm. I'm gonna chop off your arm. You know he's that good, yeah?
Yeah, I have to chop over Bruno's as well, you know.
Now,
Bruno's down
I've got a
bloodline.
question for you, Fordy. I've got a question. Given the fact that obviously we're through to the semi-finals of the League Cup, we're still in the Champions League, likely to qualify for at least the playoffs. You know, the league is our bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
Would you sacrifice the FA Cup?
Sacrifice. I would sacrifice Eddie Howe. That's what I would sacrifice. Yeah, sacrificial. I
Human
did it.
sacrifice.
You need to get
I
some
did
of
it for the
those
rock.
things.
I did it for the rock. No, listen. It is about the sacrifice of the cuts, bro. Like, bro, we're struggling right now, bro. We'll do it to ourselves. We'll sacrifice it ourselves, man. We'll go and mess it up. Even I remember vividly to this day the first game of Eddie Howe. We lost. Is it to Cambridge? In his first game, we didn't pick up, and that's with the team that he had. So again, like, I think he's hit his shelf life, bro.
No, but would you rather play a rotated team in that FA Cup draw, considering the games that we've got?
Team, a rotated team, the entertainers team, it's still going to be the same results, but we haven't got it. Eddie's run out of ideas, man. He's got all the gear. He's literally got all the gear and no idea right now. Like, he's got so much money, he's spent so much dough. I don't even want to hear no sub stories about, he's been down on his luck, he's not spent enough. He spent 250 mil. He's just run out of
Oh
ideas.
yeah, just on that then. Just on that, I'll go to you, T. Like, there's a lot of talk in the media, right? That the board let Eddie Howe down, right? Now we know me and Jefferson talk about this all the time, right?
Hold on, why are you giving T the tasty one?
Bruh, because I know-
Hey, because I've got a balanced view. That's why.
Your eyes looking like this, bro. You balance. Nah, man.
I'm gonna come to you with another one. Don't worry, bro.
It's a non-bloodline question.
Isn't it? Now, go on, T.
Now, God's question. What's the question?
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the whole media thing about the board let Eddie Howe down in the summer with the summer transfer window and stuff like that, or is there more to it, in your opinion?
I think there's more to it. I think definitely in the background there's a whole heap of internal affairs going on that we are not privy to. I feel that there's definitely accountability upon all parts of what happened in pre-season. So Eddie's definitely got his part to hold. The board definitely do. Isak does, even Mitchell does in my assessment of things. I think when these things happen, you're never going to know the truth because everyone's going to protect their corner. Eddie Howe's not going to come out and be 100% honest and say he fucked up, and neither are the board. But I think looking at it from what I can see, I definitely feel that Isak probably did say something earlier, whether it was January, whether it was after the League Cup final. I definitely felt something was said. I definitely felt he probably would have potentially seen a contract extension of some sort, but I feel like maybe time went past, felt maybe disrespected in some aspect of things, especially where Gordon got his contract at the beginning of the season and he was there with his hands out still waiting, and he was the person really and truly, as much as we don't like him no more, but let's be real, he was the person that kept our season together last season with his goals. So I feel that there's definitely a lot that's gone on in the background. I feel however you want to slice it, whether Eddie Howe can't get along with these people or they're putting the wrong people in positions for Eddie Howe, I don't really care, but I just want someone to be the grown up in this whole situation and just handle things as it should be handled in the club. I feel like going forward, hopefully, this Ross Wilson guy is the person that will now take control of these transfers and then bring in a caliber of person who he feels is right for the style of football that we have. But naturally, that's going to be run as if Eddie Howe's still in charge as well.
Okay, so all right, so Doc, moving forward now, the January transfer window. Do you think that Ross Wilson will be given the opportunity or the responsibility to make these transfers, or do you think it's going to be more of Eddie Howe demanding a certain caliber of player?
Yeah, so for me, I think just I want to touch on the last question and then link it to your question. I think the media basically love Eddie Howe, right? Because he's articulate, he's English. If he was a foreigner, he would have been like absolutely castigated in the media. And this thing about the board letting him down, he's been given 750 million pounds since he's taken over. You know how much Arteta spent? 1 billion. So Arteta's only spent 250 million more than Eddie Howe, and Arsenal are on another level. So if you look at it from that perspective, and how much has Emery spent? Emery spent nothing compared to Eddie Howe, and look where Villa are. Even last year, Villa should have finished fifth. They got, they lost on the last day against United. So the thing is, this thing about the board letting Eddie down, I think this is rubbish. I think this is absolute rubbish. Eddie Howe, he's the one who's controlling the club. He's got too much power. And by the way, Wilson is his pick. You know that, right? He's the one who selected Wilson to come in to the. So Wilson's just a yes man. Eddie Howe's and his nephew, because of the nepotism, are going to be controlling the club. And I think this is why PIF can't do anything, because even Hopkinson, I mean, Hopkinson's got this vision of us being an elite club by 2030. How are we going to become elite with Eddie Howe in charge? I'm sorry, that's just, words are cheap, actions are louder than words. So January transfer window, I think it's going to be much of the same. He's going to go for Premier League English players, kind of mid-20s, who are average, not going to take us to the next level, and he's going to squander money which we can't afford to. I mean, for example, Elanga, he spent 2 seasons trying to sign Elanga, and no other club wanted Elanga. So that just gives you an idea about his vision or lack of vision. So for me, I personally think this is the time where PIF need to pull the plug, get an elite manager in, give him the January transfer window to rebuild.
Who
And
would
I
you have
think I
as a
know in the
manager?
comments, I personally would go for Cesc Fabregas if we could get him,
I
because
even
I
got
think he,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, thing is, we should still aim to get good, elite managers. Cesc Fabregas is young, he's energetic. If you watch Como, he's very innovative in his tactics. And like, I think recruitment, when you pick up the phone, Eddie Howe, they'll be like, "Who the hell is Eddie Howe?" A lot of the elite players, nobody knows him off the continent.
Sorry,
So this is the issue. We can't attract players like because of his name.
before I go to 40, this comment from C. Covington. I take it I'm the only happy clapper in the room tonight. Well, you might be by yourself, my friend. You might be by yourself. But 40, like,
Hang in there.
do you think that we will spend money in January? And why do you think that half the budget will be on James Trafford?
Because that long lost son is the one that he didn't pay child support for. It's like, oh son, I've got you, man. I'll bring you back, son. Why we need a 15th goalkeeper, I do not know, man. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. His priorities are in the wrong place all the time. Why have we got more strikers and more goalkeepers than strikers? Why are we trusting in a man who only brings? He's like a new age Harry Redknapp, bruv. We might as well bring in flipping Nico Kranjčík back.
Nah, we can't cuss Harry Redknapp, bruv.
No, but you know what I'm saying, bro.
Redknapp was 3 times the manager
But
Eddie
again,
is.
you know I'm going. You know where I'm going with this, Jefferson. Like he just believes in his people and his people alone. He can't see outside of his bubble.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. The narrow vision, innit?
It's crazy, bro. It's just frustrating to find out like he's gonna spend it on some overpriced English talent, that we can't flog on or flipping we've paid over the odds for. Like, it's just so stupid, bro. The way that we're spending this dough, it's like it's going to and I can't listen. The only happy clapper, you just need to F him off out of this group, bro. I'm sorry, I'm close to swearing, bro.
No, man, they're all welcome, bro. They're all welcome. Don't worry about it.
Hold on. We don't do that here. You know why?
Why?
Because the dark side is going strong and people are converting.
Look at another one.
They're converting. There's always hope.
He's another one.
That's DMC. Big up DMC, man. Big up DMC in the building.
DMC.
Man, like DMC, yeah?
Hold on, Kante. From the outside looking in, are we being too harsh on Eddie Howe? Should the board do more to support him, or what's your thoughts on it?
And I think what people are saying, like Jeff, Fordy, Doc, they're right. I look at it for me as well. I look at it from a perspective that what Jeff and other people say about Howe is what I say about Silva, is that he's reached his ceiling at our club. So if you can't get any player, let him go. Like, we can't just keep accepting the performances. They're getting worse and worse and worse. There's only one style of football. He's got his favourites. Like, that immediately tells you he has to go. And like what Doc said, I don't know. I think Doc said that. I don't know who said it, but someone said you lot can't attract players from other continents with Howe there. Yeah, it's true. Like, if Eddie Howe left and Newcastle got Fabregas, and you said, right, with Newcastle, Fabregas, that's already a bigger project than what Eddie Howe and Newcastle is. Newcastle, they're a big club. Fabregas is a great young coach on the rise. Yeah. That straight away is a perfect balance between big club and a great young coach. Eddie Howe's not going to pull world-class players, Yet Tonali, maybe that's the odd one that you might get. But Tonali doesn't look like he's bothered anymore.
Tonali was brought in for the project. I don't think he was brought in. I don't think he was allured by Eddie Howe. I don't even think he knew where Newcastle was like 2 or 3 years ago. I'll be totally honest with you. He's brought in because of the project. He's brought in because of obviously the earning potential as well. He's brought in because of AC Milan's struggles as well. So again, like players like that, they're an anomaly. Like, I don't think he was brought in because Eddie Howe. Oh my God, I can't believe I get the chance to work with Eddie Howe. No.
But by the way, Fordy, just to add that, he was playing Longstaff in front of Tonali for such a long time.
He will never be forgiven for that. Never be forgiven for that.
Yeah.
You know what though? Do you know what the difference is? With Fabregas, it's not even just like the level of football he's played, but he's actually a winner in terms of he's won the World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup and the Euros. So no one can tell him nothing. And it ain't a risk because people will say he doesn't know the Premier League. He played in the Premier League as a player for 10 years. And we're not talking about no Frank Lampard here. Like I just mentioned, he's a World Cup and Euros winner. So he's going to carry similar weight to Zidane in terms of being in the dressing room where the players are going to be in awe of like, okay, this guy knows how to win.
Jeffo, you're spot on. It's about credibility. When you walk into a dressing room and the manager has a pedigree and is well known and is a winner, the elite players automatically listen to him. That makes a big difference. Even Mourinho, I know Mourinho's past it, but imagine Mourinho walking into a dressing room.
No, forget
people are going to take notice.
No, put him down. Put him down.
Not at all. Can I just say we need to be set up as a business financially, because again, that's what the last sporting director said, and again he was lambasted for it, but again he was right, because the way that we've been set up, we're not
Mitchell.
profitable. Yeah, Mitchell, he was right in a sense, because we really should be signing players that we can make a profit on. If you look at Chelsea, whenever they need to get money in, they just sell someone that they had in since birth, basically, and make a 40 million profit on them. Whereas we need to sell on flipping 45-year-olds or flipping, we sell in players that can get into our.
Eddie don't want to sell them, bro.
Eddie doesn't sell them.
We had I still remember it. We have 13 million offer for Trippier from Bayern Munich, and from a Turkish club. I think it was Trabzonspor.
18 for
15
Wilson.
million offer for Lascelles.
Callum
There was
Wilson.
somebody else. Who
Callum
else?
Wilson.
Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson.
That eight was either
Longstaff.
18 Milan or
Longstaff before he left.
So
And
hold
then
on.
and then who did we end up selling, guys? We end up selling Eddie
Go on.
Anderson, who we now need to buy back for
Minte.
£100 million, and
Yeah,
Yakuba
Minte.
Minte, who's been tearing up at Brighton.
What do you think of this comment here, though? Javi suits your squad and system more than Cesc. Anyone
Listen,
agree with that?
Xavi's won 2 La Ligas.
Beggars can't be
So
choosers.
we can't be laughing at someone. And he's another one that's won a Euros. You know what I mean? I don't
Champions
think
League.
Just to bring some balance then, Cuff said, I'd be cautious on Fabregas. Look at his generation. Lampard, Gerrard, Vieira, etc. All did amazing at so-called smaller clubs, but when they made the step up, it was a disaster.
Yep, and that's what I would say as well. Like, to be wanting to bring somebody in because of their reputation as a player and so forth, I'm not going to go down that line personally. I think he's doing a great job at Como, but he hasn't won anything there with Como. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything.
But the thing is, I mean, like Arsene Wenger didn't win anything before he was brought into Arsenal. So
that's all good, but it's a risk at the same time. So I mean,
every manager's a risk. Every manager's a risk.
We can always go down this route and then end up like Man United, where you change your managers every 3 seasons. I'm not saying Eddie's the right person, but I feel that nobody here is actually looking at this from an actual logical standpoint. Can we actually get a manager in January? Is that really logical? I don't think we're going to get a manager.
If you get fired, we're going to have to.
Yeah, you're not getting a manager in January, man.
No, we're not in January.
You're not getting a manager in January. Like, let's look at everything that we see in the media, everything that's been said from the chairman, from the board. I mean, we're not getting a new manager in January. So it's pointless even thinking about whether we're going to get a manager in January. I think we need to.
I don't think Fabregas will come anyway. I think it'll be a very similar situation to Xavi Alonso ignored Liverpool and waited for Real Madrid. I don't know how long Hansi Flick will be at Barca, but I can see,
Fabregas going to Barca,
maybe going to Barca. Xavi, on the basis that he is free,
available, he's available.
Him and Edin Terzic, they can even do a conditional contract where it's to the end of the season or 18 months. Remember, we got Eddie for 2.5 years or 2-year contract or something. So you can do a short-term contract. Some managers are open to it, but I just don't get where people are like, so who would you get then? Because anyone's got to be better than Eddie, and anyone's got to be better than this current situation we're in.
Well, just that question then, T. Who would your preference be? If you say Eddie did go, maybe end the season, whatever it is, who would you like to see come in, T?
Glasner. Glasner is who I would probably prefer to come in, just because of where the squad is at the moment. The style of play that we play at the moment, the type of personnel that we have. If you're going to get like a brand new manager in that wants to play a complete different brand of football, it's going to be a complete overhaul, and that's going to be probably like another 1.5 years. Maybe you're going to hope for a transition that if it works, it works. So Glasner will probably be my first pick. After that, I'll probably go Xabi Alonso. In terms of similar style of football as well, someone that has won something as well. I want a manager who's going to come in to have won stuff as well. That's going to have to be the first thing that I want from a manager. He has to have won stuff, and then after that, I think style of football is important, and man management style, I would say, is the thing. I think a lot of managers these days have to lean on that man management style. I heard like a comment, I think, from Henri talking about Xabi Alonso's time at Madrid, where he's saying that they don't need a tactician. They need somebody just to kind of tell them where they've gone wrong in the match or whatever, kind of just put the arm around them. And that's a lot of footballers these days. So yeah, man management is very important as well. So those are the...
Funny enough, I saw an interview, I can't remember who it was, but they said that just before Hodgson got sacked at Liverpool, Gerrard and Carragher approached him and said, where you went wrong is that you tried to coach us. Mm-hmm. Yeah? We've been coached already. You tried to coach us already. We know how to play, but we just needed someone to just let us play, with the formation and let us go.
Yeah, like loose guidance. I think like when you've got certain players that have got certain experience, they've done it for under certain managers as well. So when you've got a career where you've been out with 4 or 5 managers, you've seen it being done 4 or 5 different ways. It's like there's not many new ways you can reinvent the wheel. And I think with some players where they know that technically they're gifted enough to just let them on the pitch and do their thing, they're going to win you the match, or they're going to control the match for you. Just let them do their thing. Because I think from an art level, they probably feel it's a bit of a disrespect that you kind of keep me in this box when I've got all of this that you can take advantage of.
Yeah. Just on that Glasner thing, Sebastian said, I think Glasner has a higher ambitions than Newcastle. It will be a stepping stone for him. I think he goes to Man United, by the way. I think he ends up at Man United.
No, it's been said. I think it's been said already that he wants to go Man United, and the rumours came out that Ruben's going to walk at the end of the season as well. So, like, it's a perfect marriage.
Kim Cam has mentioned Honus, and Honus obviously done a great job at Stuttgart and could be an immediate link up for Voltemada.
Interesting. Those in the comments, smash the likes, people. Keep the like count coming up. We're going to be signing off soon. Just a couple of questions before we go. First of all, just a yes or no question. I'll start with you, Jefferson. Are we going to beat Man United on Boxing Day?
Are we away?
Yeah.
You know what? I was feeling more confident about it before, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say no because our away form is shocking.
Okay. T?
Nah. We don't score enough goals. Man United seem to be scoring for fun in their games. They concede a lot as well, but they score for fun. So we don't have that many goals in us.
Okay, Doc.
I think it'll be two poor teams. It'll be a draw.
Okay. 40.
Nope, another Eddie Howler. Same old. 1-0 down, or maybe even 2-0 down. Treble substitution after 60 minutes. The subs that come on, stinking up the joint. And then he's looking towards Jason Tyndall. Jason Tyndall's looking towards him. And then we're all raging and we're back here again a week later. So, no.
So we're saying draw. Okay, cool. Kante, what do you reckon?
4-0 Man United.
No, seriously.
Wow. Come on, Kante.
I'll ask you again. I'll ask you again. I think you said 4-0. What did you say? What's the score going to be?
4-0 Man United.
You're smoking crack, bro.
No way, bro. Kante, I've got a question for you. Your
Hello,
next
mate.
2 games, I think you've got Forest and West Ham. Now you're currently 7 points above the drop zone. You win both of them, that's a big problem. Like, where would that leave you? And how do you think you're going to do in those fixtures? And do you think Marco should get sacked then?
Again, I reckon, the fact we're 7 points off now, I think will give them a bit of leeway in terms of, even if we lose to Forest and West Ham, that's 6 points dropped. And we're 7 points off now, so we'll still be above that. But, I mean, like, we played Burnley and we didn't even beat them convincingly. And we played horrible against you lot away, and we've got Forest at home. Now, the only thing I look at Forest with is that they've just come off the back of beating Tottenham 3-0. And, of course, Tottenham are inconsistent as well. But let's not act like that Tottenham squad isn't good enough to go batter teams in the league, because we've seen it last season and we've seen it this season before. So if we lose to Forest, it's already a big problem. And if we lose to West Ham, then it's an even bigger problem. Because I said to you, Jeff, when we had the conversation, we need 7 points from those 3 games to be out of that relegation battle. If we get less than 7, we're still in it. And I think, me personally, he won't get sacked, but he has to go. I think the squad we have now shouldn't be a squad where you look at and go, they should be battling relegation. It should be they're comfortable staying up, mid-table team, with the squad we've got now, pushing for top half, not relegation fodder. So for me, he's got to go regardless.
Would you take Eddie? If
No. No.
Why not?
Because I want a manager that I look at and I go, right, can I trust him to take us forward? I don't look at Eddie Howe as that manager. He does the same thing Marco does. One style of football. If it doesn't work, there's no plan B. I want someone with a plan B. Like, obviously, you lot are talking about Fabregas for Newcastle. And I mentioned it to Jeff as well. It would be a bit unrealistic for us, but show some ambition and go, why can't we go get a Fabregas? Why are we accepting getting these managers like, Eddie Howe? We've seen us being linked with Brendan Rodgers, Ralph Hasenhüttl.
No disrespect, but you're Fulham. You're not, bro.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. D-man, I get that. But why not be ambitious? Like, let's move the goalposts. Stop being talked down to. Like, I'm bored of this whole thing of you're Fulham. Why can't we just change that narrative? Look at what Bournemouth did. Look at what exactly D-man Palace. Now, if you think this is my perfect. I keep using the example with Jeff all the time. The perfect example of where we should be is what Palace have done. Right? They didn't accept being this mid-table stable team. They went, what's the best chance of us going forward? They hired a winning manager in Glasner. He's won them 2 trophies. When we got promoted, we finished above them in every single season up until they got Glasner. Now look at where they are. Bournemouth, the same thing. We got promoted with Forest and Bournemouth, and we are now the worst team out of the 3. Forest are playing in European football, and Bournemouth are constantly in the top. We're lingering between 12th and 15th. That's not good enough. It's got to go.
Okay. Just before we wrap up, I ask this question every time. Yeah. Jefferson, are we going to make top 5? And I'm assuming. Don't say if Eddie Howe goes. I'm assuming Eddie Howe stays. Yeah, he stays. Are we making top 5? Yes or no?
So you're saying on the basis that Eddie Howe is still the manager to the end of the season?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. T.
I'm more inclined to my head says no. My heart says that I want us to get into the top 5 because I want to get Champions League again. But no, I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Okay. Doc.
No chance. I mean, Villa are 11 points ahead of us, aren't they? And they're like 3rd. If Chelsea beat us on the weekend, they're going to be like 7 points ahead of us or 8 points. So I think we're going to finish around 10th or 11th if we keep Eddie Howe.
Good Lord. Dare I ask? 40?
My mind's telling me no. But my body's telling me hell no.
So I take it that's a no? Okay, fair enough. Kante, are we going to make top 5? Newcastle going to make top 5?
No, you'll be lucky to get top 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. We're not going to get top 5. I don't think we'll get 5th.
That's coming from a Fulham fan as well, man. Jesus.
It's true.
Lord have mercy.
But listen, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for those that's in the chat. Smash the likes and that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share with your people. Help the channel grow and that. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back on Sunday to review the Chelsea game. Big shout out to T for your debut. Thanks for coming on, sir.
No problem. Thanks for having me, man.
No worries. Again, another debutant, Doc. Thanks for coming on. Always welcome.
Thanks. God bless you.
No worries. 40 again, as usual. You're welcome. By the way, I need to take your number by the end of the show because I got some other people that want you to jump on their pod as well. So
Acknowledge.
No, we're not acknowledging that, bro.
People acknowledge me, bro. D-man, we're taking over, bro. It's fine.
Someone needs to explain what is this point in the sky thing. What is this?
Is it wrestling?
It's a tribal chief, man. It's tribal chief.
Tribal chief.
Bro,
I'm not
involved since it was WWF in it. Like I can't be the WWE.
Listen, there's only one chief, and that's Eddie Howe, bro.
No, big up Kante as well. Thanks for coming on as well.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. No worries. But yeah, like I said, we'll be back on Sunday. And for those in the chat, thank you for your comments and that. Like, comment, subscribe, and we're out. Until next time. Peace.